Hello, I am your host, Kathy Chester, and welcome to the Move It or Lose It podcast, a podcast about all things that move the mind, body, and soul. The Move It or Lose It podcast is for information, awareness, and inspirational purposes only. I am not a doctor, and I don't even play one on TV, so please consult your doctor before making any medical decisions. The views expressed by advertisers, guests, or contributors are their opinions and not necessarily the views of the Move It or Lose It podcast. So, and what I wanted to ask you too is that I love the way that you handle all the things that you do and what you're doing. How do you tell people that are coming on the show? I remember when I first got, when you get all your fun stuff, when when you first have a stroke or when you're first diagnosed with some crazy thing, it's like, well, now I'm really aging us. Here's your VHS tape. And I'm like, great. And here's your handicap sticker. Here's your lifetime supply of Vicodin back then. I'm like,
Yeah.
Vicodin? I've never even had anything but like Tylenol. And so, here's all your prizes, and I just looked at it and just sobbed. I saw this. Here I am, like in my 20s, and I see this lady that, well, she was a little older than I am now, but she's riding, she's very slowly on a stroll. And I'm like, hell no. So I'm like, this is not my life. So I threw that out. And I think they had two different DMTs medications that I could take, and it was the most depressing thing I'd ever seen. And so, how do you handle that with your clients that are diagnosed, but they see like from some doctors that we want to get rid of, but they get this diagnosed and they see these couple things that they can do, but don't realize all the things that are possible for them later. I cannot tell you how excited I am to announce my partnership with FootScientific. Their Elevate 360 drop foot solution is amazing. It's lightweight. It has customized sizing, which is amazing. I've been in braces where they are much too big and bulky. This one has memory foam. It's comfortable. I have walked my dog. I have run with it already. I have danced in it, and it is amazing. It has stainless steel anchors, which you can wear them in any shoe you want to. But to be able to have them connect to your laces so that you can lift the foot so that the drop foot isn't so bad and know that they're safe in there is so incredible. To be able to have this, to be able to have it on your ankle and then attach it to a tennis shoe, to attach it to a heel, actually, or a sandal is absolutely amazing. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be a part and partner up with Foot Scientific. They are truly here to meet our needs. So I encourage you to go on to the website at footscientific.com, check them out, and of course, use my discount code. It is MS Disrupted, all caps 30, and you'll get $30 off your pair. And also, don't forget 60-day guarantee. If it doesn't work for you, then you can return it. And that is why I love Foot Scientific. They're a company that truly cares about our needs. So don't forget, check them out. I love my partnership with them. Have a great day.
Insurance companies or primary cares refer you to these people, these people, these people. Guess what? You can fire those people and go out and find somebody else. I
Yeah,
think that was one of the benefits of my anger is
yeah,
that you're not doing anything for me. I want a different therapist. I
right,
want a different doctor. Once I started realizing that I had to advocate to get the things I thought I needed, and if the therapist wasn't asking me, what do you want to do?
right.
It's like a friend of mine, um, he had his stroke
Okay,
and he was a golfer.
okay.
Guess what? He t- he had a therapist that asked him, "What do you want to do?" I want to play golf again. God,
Nice.
you know. So they brought golf clubs into the therapy.
I love that. See,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
training a pro golfer, so I'm like, need to talk to her,
yeah,
get some
exactly.
tips.
There's another friend wanted to play pickleball. They brought
Love
pickleball
that.
courts into the therapies. You
Give
know,
them some hope if that's what
yeah,
they want. Find out what their goal is, where they want to be. What's their why again?
yeah, yeah. And I think a lot of us don't think about our why
Yeah,
because we're so damn depressed or angry about having the illness, you know.
absolutely.
And that's
Especially,
one
I
of
think if
those,
you don't have support, right? If there's no
yeah,
family or support, then it's like, really, what's my why? I don't have
yeah,
anybody here. I'm lonely. I'm depressed.
yep, yep.
What do you
But
do in the support groups when that person or some people take over with the depression? You don't want to leave them, but they're taking over with the, ah, it's me again, and I just don't want to be here. We all have them. So, and
yeah,
we're
yeah,
when
we
we're
do.
leading them, we all have to like figure out, ooh, what do I do? Because I want to be there. I don't in any way want to be a part of what could happen if I let that person go. But I've got 30 to 40 people and they have something to say, and I've got an hour, here. So
Right. I think one of
putting
the
you on the
things,
spot now.
yeah, I think one of the things in my life that I've learned, and I've learned this even before my stroke, is if I give advice to somebody that didn't ask for it,
Yeah,
I'm taking responsibility for it.
very
If I give
wise. Yeah,
advice when it's asked for, they take responsibility.
yeah.
So I usually,
I
what I
like
try
that.
and do is share my stories, what worked for me,
Uh-huh.
like my, it's 12-step phrase, but
Yeah,
experience, my experience, strength, and hope. If I share that, maybe that'll touch them.
yeah.
I can't, we can't control other people.
Right,
We can share what's worked for us. Um, we can ask for help. We can,
right,
uh, say the dumb questions, the only ones, that you don't ask.
right. Yeah,
It's, it's not something, every brain attack is different,
yeah,
but they're very similar too.
yeah. Very true.
So if you're offering advice, you don't know exactly what their recovery is like.
Yeah,
You don't know that I was so angry for 6 years that
yeah,
you couldn't tell me anything about what to do.
right.
So I think once you get into the positiveness, you have to, I don't want to say it this way, but I'm gonna, you have to force it onto others by sharing your strength,
Yeah, yeah,
sharing what you've gone through.
yeah,
That's if people can see, and this worked for me because
yeah,
I could see in other people that it's working.
yeah. I think
This worked
that's
for
very,
me.
very good.
Yeah, maybe somebody will think, if maybe that'll work for me too. Let's try
Yeah,
that.
because if
You
they
know,
see you right now and you don't, I can say this from personal experience. They wouldn't see the divorce, how that's affected me. They wouldn't see the years that I went angry because I couldn't raise my kids the way I wanted to, that when I was on chemo and all that stuff. The years that I was angry too. The years that I tried to get on the track and run it out and think that that would help. They don't see those times. They just see us now, and so it's important that we talk about those things so they can see we've gone through those times too. And there are times that you still grieve it. And it's okay. You grieve it, then you put it in its place, and then you keep going. And I think that that's very wise that that not only that you're leading it, because I can imagine that you're very good in those positions, but that you're allowing them to see that that anger and stuff, that rage was very much in you. And that that's okay that you get mad at this. It just can't
yeah,
stay
and
forever.
yeah, exactly. And somebody told me the phrase a long time ago, depression is anger turned inward.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think one of the things that I, I I'm still going through is I I always skated through life. I
Yeah.
was good at almost everything I did, sports, school,
Yeah.
those kind of things, but I never paid attention. And I think one of the things that makes my recovery better is I started paying attention to the stuff. You know, I look at my coffee table right now or
Yeah.
something, and I see, got to get my pills done. I got to put them in my little thing.
Yeah.
It's you got to pay attention to your surroundings,
Right.
to your thoughts, and to your
Right.
desires. And
Absolutely.
it's a learning experience.
Yeah.
You know, it's the most difficult thing I've ever done in my
Yeah.
life, but it's become the most rewarding.
Yeah. Life changes, right? You
Yeah,
can't tell anybody that life doesn't change. It
yeah,
changes, but it doesn't mean that it's ending. It doesn't mean that it gets well, there are times that it feels horrible,
yeah.
but right? But it means also that it's changing, but it's not all, and I can say this for me, and I bet you'd say the same. It's not all horrible. I can think of a lot of good things that it's brought out of me.
And then you get to some point, I got to the point where I don't remember those horrible things. Then I remember that, hey, look what I'm doing now. I
Yeah.
work a full-time job. I can drive. I
Yeah.
can do landscape work. I can do put together wood things. I can
Yeah.
remodel furniture. All those things came back to me. So I don't have to rest on my negativity.
Right. Right.
Once once you get through that negativity, it's up to you if you want to keep living in it.
Right. I think
And
that we're
it's
both very blessed that we're able to work as well as do what we're doing, where there's so
yes,
many that aren't, but I am so what do you do, by the way, outside of this?
I run a storage facility, and I
Okay.
just got rid of my U-Haul dealership as well. But
Man, because
yeah,
I have to put my stuff in storage. I'd really like it if we were closer so I could use your storage.
yeah, right.
That's neat. So you're busy. You're very busy.
Yeah, I am. I'm very busy. I moved up here to Oregon because of my son and three of my 11 grandchildren. I've
Okay.
got a play to go to, or a musical to go to tonight for the
I love
grandchildren.
that.
I started when I first got here on the cane. I was out in the field helping coach softball with my son and my granddaughter. You know,
Oh,
again, it's paying attention to what you
yeah.
want and going out and doing it. So it became it all.
Having purpose, right?
Yeah, yeah. You have to decide what it is.
Yeah.
I had to decide
Yeah.
what it is I wanted,
Yeah.
and I wanted to live.
Yeah.
Now, every day it's different how I live. Some day it's really frustrating, and some days it's the cat's meow.
Amen. Yes.
Showing my age, sorry. But yeah,
Yep. I understand. Oh goodness. Yeah. Some days I'm like,
it's,
why am I doing this? Introducing the Pulse device. Cutting edge wearable device, revolutionary wellness designed to stimulate circulation, reduce harsh pain and tightness, and speed up recovery. The Pulse device uses advanced vibrotactile technology trusted by patients, clinicians, and wellness professionals. Whether you're recovering from an injury, battling a neurocondition, or just want to feel the best every day, Pulse helps you recharge so that you can live and feel better. Lightweight, powerful, and easy to use. Experience better performance, better recovery, and a better you. Order now and save $30 using my code MSDisrupted at pulsedevice.com. The Pulse device is your health recharged. You won't be disappointed. Get it now for yourself. I have it. I love it. Go ahead and grab it.
yeah, it's, oh, this hurts. I don't want to do it
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Guess what? The next time you do it, it doesn't hurt as much.
Right. Right.
And you forget how much it did hurt.
Yes.
And one of the things I do to get through that as well
Hmm.
is I have two journals.
Okay.
I have a gratitude journal,
Uh,
just like I was taught years ago before the
yeah.
stroke, just like you said. But after about a year, maybe two,
Uh-huh.
I started a anger journal.
Like it.
I got, and that was the first journal I did every night, was what got me angry today.
Yeah. You
And
can, it's
man,
okay to swear on this because I already put it. You can
yeah,
swear.
it's the shit I went through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I put it down first.
Yeah.
And then I can go to my gratitude and
Yeah.
say, yeah, but
That is a great
look,
idea.
yeah, yeah, but is a big deal in
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah.
Um, and then the other thing I did was I could go back to those journals from years past. And I'm
Yeah.
like, holy cow, look where I'm at.
Yeah. For
I
sure.
mean, I couldn't go food shopping. I couldn't cook.
Yeah.
I had to order meals and all of that. Now it's like, wow, look what I can do now.
Yeah.
Then that's hard during all of the emotional crap that we
Sure.
go through
Sure.
because we don't recognize those positive things when we should,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
I think that that's important. I've been forcing my clients to do that lately as I want you to come up with 3 positive things that happened to you this week that you did, not just that somebody came by and said something positive. I want something that you did because I notice a lot of my clients just don't see that they've done or contributed anything positive. And then I see that depression, and it makes me sad. But we know why. We see it happen all the time, and so that's why we do what we do. That's why you do the radio station. Is that we want to spread that awareness and spread that hope. And even if there's 40 people in it and we touch one, that's one person that's not going to bed that night thinking, why am I here? I'm just a
Yeah,
failure. This happened. I don't even know if I want to live tomorrow.
right.
That's that one person. And I was always told as a kid, if that one person, there's only one person that believes in you, then you can get through. So I always
Yeah,
think about that, and what you do, and that's why it's so important and why I respect you so much and I listen to so many of yours, just what you do and how the hope and the spark and the joy that you have, even though you look like you might beat someone up, you have such a joy in you that is, you look like you could be in the mafia, but you're not. And but I would like you probably even more if you were, but you're not, and you really give so many people hope and so much joy. And that is
thank you.
so important because
Thank you.
so many of us don't feel like that. We feel like um, I just don't care. And I can see
Yeah,
that when they don't show up for things. And I'm like, I'm gonna keep bugging you until I hear something from you. So that it's a sad time that we have right now. And it's a sad time that people are so into them since this whole pandemic. I see people reaching out less. I see anger more than I've ever seen it. And so the us sick people, we're carrying that torch and we're bringing joy and light because we've known depression and anger, I think, more than most people have. And so
yeah.
we are the ones that are going to bring that back and bring that joy. And so I'll take it. And sir, I know that you've taken it. So I gladly run this race with you. And so I know that you are running, correct? You are actually running.
And yes, I run on a water treadmill
Yeah, I
and
think that's
I
great.
walk fast on a land treadmill.
Yeah.
You
So
know, I,
those are incredible accomplishments after a stroke. What would you say is the one thing? I have two questions before we end. One is, what would you say the one thing about your stroke that is still, then we talked about the mouth thing, but another thing that is still with you that is the most aggravating? I'm gonna go with your negative and then your gratitude.
the organization, the
Okay.
overwhelming uh, desire to do more.
Yeah.
Uh, and by doing that, I mess up some things in the process. I miss
Okay.
appointments, you know,
Yeah.
I miss follow-ups, those kind of
Yeah.
things. That's the most aggravating. The
Okay.
positive thing about that is, when I see something, when I'm doing research, I print it. I don't have to write it. I just
Yeah.
print it. I got,
Can you fix my
uh,
printer?
yeah, I will. There's three-ring binders right there
Yeah.
with all the different things that I've kept and I go through every so often.
Yeah.
Um,
I love that.
so, it's a process. Again, I'm
Yeah.
learning how to reorganize myself, and I'm getting
Hmm.
there. You know,
Yeah.
I have the calendar that's starting to help me. I have a scheduling link for people that want to interview
Yeah.
on Stroke Warrior Radio.
Yeah. And
So I guess that's one of the biggest things I still have to work on. I still have some physical issues, but I'm
yeah.
working on that. So I
Yeah.
guess
I get
that's
that.
the most aggravating.
What would you say to a person, because we see these people who newly diagnosed and they've been told, or let's say this, 6 months of therapy, and now they're done, and they've been told this is it for you, but you've done a great job, you've passed all the tests and therapy, so good luck to you, and they're still in a chair, they can't really use their hands here. They can't really use their hand. Their toes are all, crinkled up, and they are like, "This can't be it." And they're still very depressed. What would you say to them?
It's time for you to fight. Um, it's that fight or flight thing. They're giving you the opportunity to fight by saying that. And the fact of the matter is, and it is a fact, the neuroplasticity will change your life. If you fight and you keep doing the things that you need to do or want to do, then you're gonna succeed. And succeeding looks different every day, every week, and every month, but it does happen. I mean, I know people that the doctors said, get used to the wheelchair, you're going to be in it the rest of your life. Now she has a walking stick and can walk
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah,
I know people that couldn't play golf, but they play golf again.
yeah,
I was always a weightlifter and sport athlete. I've got my weights over here that I do my dumbbells and curls, and I've got my bands that I do on my
yeah.
leg work. You know, it's never going to be as bad as it seems.
I
At
like
least it
that.
wasn't, well, I had to learn that, but
Yes,
that's why we're doing what we do to tell them it isn't, you know, learn it now instead of
right,
having to wait and get so upset about not
right.
learning it.
Exactly. That's great. Great way to say it. I appreciate it so much. Well, I know we're going to do more together. And Ralph, it was
I hope
been a
so.
pleasure to have you on. I really appreciate it. So it'll be a
I really
two-parter.
appreciate it.
Well, me as well. I really appreciate it. So stay on for a minute. And guys, I hope that you really enjoyed this. Don't forget to let me know in your comments and all the things. If you want to get a hold of Ralph, I will have all of your stuff at the bottom of the on the notes on the podcast, and I'll also let you know when it's coming out. So, guys, but you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week on Move It or Lose It. So, talk to you soon. Again, Ralph, thank you so much for being on with us. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of the Move It or Lose It podcast. It would mean the world to me if you subscribed and left a review. Remember, you can find me on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and YouTube. New episodes of the Move It or Lose It podcast air every other Wednesday. If you have any suggestions for future guests or topics, please visit my website at www.msdisrupted.com. Until next time.